So in the US, and I don't know what it is in Europe or around the world, but I imagine your numbers are like close to ours. We're experiencing what is known as the Silver Tsunami, and 4 million Americans will turn 65 every single year for the next 3 years. It's the biggest retirement age we've had. Add to that, Gen Xers are starting to retire at 60 and 61 instead of 65. Now, that is creating this huge retirement gap for a couple of reasons. Number one is that's a lot of people leaving the workforce. But add to that, we didn't get the other generations are not prepared. They're not ready to lead in today's marketplace. Partly because starting with 2008, we have not invested between 2008 and COVID in 2020. We stopped developing next level leaders, understandably, because we were afraid and just trying to hold on to our businesses and navigate some of the most challenging times. So leaders kept leading and stopped developing. I'm working with a company right now that's in a huge growth mode, and we started off with, they came to me and said, could you train about 50 of our leaders? Said, absolutely, would love to do it. They came back, they've doubled it 3 times because they're like, looking where we need to go. We need leadership. So it's this combination of people leaving the workforce, and then added to the fact that companies want to, you and I were talking in the green room before we came on here. We're probably looking at a pretty hot economy. We're probably looking at a lot of growth. At least here in the US, you'll see business regulations pulled away. And when they are, businesses grow. You'll see tax cuts and tax advantages. You've got some really nice perks for companies where you live. And so you'll see growth. Well, one of the biggest impediments to growth, if not the biggest, is the talent to lead it. The other thing that I think is that, when I look at, not only my generation, but more so the generation that is really leaving the workforce, those really between 65 and 70, they really grew up in a world of independence. They really grew up in a world where they all had their first job when they were 11 years old.